Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some pretty big news when it comes to the brand new Silent Hill F. Now, this game is looking pretty good, seeming pretty decent, but right now people on the PS5 Pro especially are having some issues. Same thing too as well with people up on Steam where there's micro-stuttering issues, and the game itself is just still having some big PSSR AI integration issues, and people are kind of like rolling their eyes thinking, what's going on with this? So let's go talk about the fact that the PS5 Pro review is kind of a hit or a miss. There's a few hits, a few misses, and of course as well my overall thoughts on everything so far. So subscribe if you guys are new, leave a like and your thoughts down below, and of course I appreciate y'all very much for watching here in the first place. So as I mentioned, the game itself, Silent Hill F, is now officially out. And as of this point, we're now seeing like official reviews and commentary. I'm going to show some stuff over here from Digital Foundry and let you guys kind of see like just little bits and pieces of the game itself. Now, there has been a lot of back and forth. When it comes to stuff like this game, we do have the return of one of the worst issues on the PSSR. If you guys are, hopefully you guys probably do, if you guys are long-term subscribers, if you guys are new, the PSSR had a weird integration. And okay, high level, PSSR is like the AI in the PS5 Pro, only in the PS5 Pro, that is like basically using copy paste textures to fill in like blanks, help with rendering, see like these rock details, like things like water, leaves, whatever these all might be. This type of stuff will actually just get copy pasted from it to help like basically make the GPU and CPU less intense. And right now, there has been an issue years ago, like about a year ago when it first came out, where these games were not utilizing this stuff properly, which meant there was like little glimmers and like white specks everywhere and things that just don't really necessarily look the best. Now, this is not going to be the prime example for it, but maybe this is a good example for people with eyes as a reference. And it's kind of like why it's like you see it a lot. So a good example maybe be on this window coming up, okay? The window over here. This is not the exact example, but it's kind of where the AI can go get buggy on this one, just for the sake for you guys. And it's weird. It's like the game is just not properly rendering right. This would be this one right here. So if you kind of look at it, you kind of see how it's like just really rendered. It's just very strange, off. Now, this happens a lot with like lighting effects, shadow effects, if just things weren't being processed properly, all of that. So that has actually been making a return on this game on the PS5 Pro. Now, it's not as bad as other various things, which is good. Like on prior games like the Resident Evil games, they had some issues, you know, Call of Duty had some issues, just the lighting had some issues. Now, this one is not as bad. As I mentioned, it seemed pretty flowing, pretty okay, has some good graphics, etc. But like maybe that's another good example if you guys look at maybe this random, like if you look at the fog, maybe it kind of had a lot of weird shimmering issues too, where it just kind of looks like really weird. It's like kind of bopping in and out, rendering really weird itself. Like that's kind of the big deal with it. Now, people have enjoyed the game. It has a good first impression. The game is running pretty well, but that doesn't go and take away the fact that there has also been some glitchy issues on PC especially. People were having issues with micro stutters and things weren't working that nice. It kind of sucks and people weren't the biggest fan of it. Now, some of these are just more for the PS5 to PS5 higher quality modes versus like the PS5 Pro as well. So like all different settings and options. But anyway, like people have been mostly okay with it. We've had good reviews. We've had people say the game runs fine. There's no major issues, no major hiccups with it. But at the same exact time too, some of the issues are like there's only 30 FPS for cutscenes. Some people weren't the biggest fan of. There was some loading issues and some big, like I said, micro starting issues, both on the PC and PS5. And people are just not too happy with the PS5 Pro version, still having the shimmering issues. That's the struggle here. Like no one wants to have their game being bugged up. And of course, they've usually fixed up these other things like, for there's various patches and different implementations of it over time, but that's where most things have been kind of more chill. Now the PS5 Pro though, I'm gonna go make myself maybe a little bit more on the tinier spot over here. It does run nice, but here's a good example right here. This is what we're talking about for the whole shimmering example. I'll try and explain it right here. This is the example. And people are seeing this everywhere, you know, throughout the game. There's a lot of fog, there's a lot of rendering stuff, and it looks very unnatural. You know, most video games, you'd kind of just play the game, there'd be no struggles, nothing bad on it. But as you see, like these textures are just not loading in properly. So people aren't happy with that because it does get noticeable, especially when the entire game is like fogged up. The fog itself is also a thing of PSSR, and the loading of it has issues. So that, you know, it's just a lot of the game. a lot of foliage, a lot of these areas, it just has this happening. And it may not be like it kind of blends in if you kind of keep your eyes off it, but with all of the trees, foliage, this is where this stuff really, I don't want to say shines, but really shimmers, you know, but like it's annoying. People notice this, and this has been an ongoing issue in the PSSR, but we thought we kind of took a step away from this. You know, that'd be okay, like it's fine. But apparently not. Apparently this is still a somewhat prevalent issue. Now, it doesn't seem as bad as some of the prior games, because they were like, I'm talking like a Disney light show. It was rough. But sometimes you maybe even look into the quality mode, like the normal in the middle PS5 quality mode. It looks kind of okay. Same with like the performance mode too, obviously looks nice. And the PS5 Pro enhanced mode, it does look good. Like you can see that the shadow textures are looking nicer. So this is where some people are kind of 50-50. Some people don't like these bugs. They don't like the shimmering issues. They don't like the fact that there's potential cutscenes and like they're only at 30 FPS, or that there's micro stutters. But this is another example on the shimmering, where it really does take out your immersion once you notice it. And people on the PS5 Pro have been complaining online that they are noticing it. Like look over here. Like it's hard to look at, but if you zoom in, you can kind of see. Hopefully you guys are like, you guys have eyes, right? Like this is not like a like this is like chill, right? It's all fine, right? But like, yeah, I noticed it. It's pretty obvious, and that's what sucks. Like it almost looks like steam is coming out of the plants. And it might even be a mixture of the fog, as I mentioned. There is fog and a fog setting throughout the game with the Unreal Engine itself. And that's where things get rough. This is also why I keep saying I'm looking forward to a game like Ghost of Yotai that's a pure PlayStation game, because that lets us go and see like how the PlayStation engines will be running versus Unreal Engine 5. Like this overall could even just be an Unreal Engine 5 issue, which is not the best thing to know. Just saying. But on the reverse side, besides the shimmering, which it is a big issue, people have mostly been enjoying the game. The game itself runs nicer. Silent Hill 2, which also did have a lot of issues as well with the shimmering issues, even with the fog effect. So it's like, could even just be a weird fog mixture, you know? Maybe it just never got fixed. Maybe it's, I don't know. Like we don't know. I'm not a developer, but I just know what happens. But people have also been saying the game does run well. Like, so people have complained, yes, but overall, people have been enjoying the experience. Because it's not really like a performance issue all of the time. It's not always like well, you can see over here too, it's running at like a 50 run performance mode. But the PS5 Pro does add the extra shadows and details. It does make everything look a lot nicer, even still, regardless. I don't know, like I think it's a good vibe. At the end of the day, like I think it rounds up to good. And I think if they go and put maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks, and they can address it with PlayStation to get a PSSR update into it, it would be nice, because no one likes these shimmering issues, and the more you play, the more you notice it. And as I mentioned, people have been calling it out on reviews. People have been calling it out. I hated this girl in this game, by the way. If you guys ever played that game, it was horrible. And like even like you can see like right over here, you can see like these weird like render on ins behind the boss and stuff. Like you just noticed it. And once you do notice it once in the Pro, you notice it. And people, if you have a $700 console, especially now that they raised the price on it, you want to make sure everything is running perfectly. Like you want to have that good experience, that golden experience that everyone loves and adores. And the fact that you're not on the premium experience is kind of definitely making people a little bit like irked out. I would get the ick myself, you know, it happens. But like as I mentioned, people have been saying the performance has been running very nice. The higher graphical fidelity, extra shadows especially, has been making everything a lot nicer. But as they keep even referencing over here for the Digital Foundry video, is that there just is shimmering. It's the textures not loading in well, especially on grass. And there's a lot of grass because this game's outside. Even these trees you can kind of see, like if you kind of, it's hard to glance at, but it's noticeable. Even as I'm looking through these videos and glancing up there, like maybe in the middle of you running away from a mob or monster or whatever, it's not as bad, sure. But at the end of the day, like what I keep saying, you want to have a perfect game experience, especially with the higher price point. But nonetheless, as I keep saying, like on the opposite side, people have been saying their run's been going good, even on PC. Besides the micro stuttering issues and some performance issues, it's mostly been running well. Has it been worth playing it so far? It does seem like it is. Like at the end of the day, I think people are mostly okay with it and pretty happy with it. But as I mentioned too as well, they keep on even articles being like the Pro, it seems the AI-based upscaling technique results leave much to be desired, causes a near constant shimmering to appear over grass as the upscaler attempts to recognize and recreate the details too, and other people in other games that we've always mentioned, even throughout this video, Call of Duty, Dragon's Dogma, you know, even like the Star Wars games. A lot of people are saying this is gross, it's unsightly, and they want to make sure it's better, and Konami needs a fix. as well, even saying that with the micro stutters too as well. So it needs a little bit of work, don't get me wrong, but I think people haven't hated it. So give me your thoughts and comments and everything down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know if you guys enjoy the game or not, or you guys are gonna pick it up. And I'll talk to you guys all soon as well. Love you guys.